Hello, how are you today? This is JilliBling. I have a project to share with you using the Friends Are Like Seashell bundle. This project, Frenchie Stamps, I saw it on Pinterest, and she did a video on this, and I made just a few changes, but I love this card. I added the For You, and I added a little shimmer to the seashells. Isn't that pretty? A little bit see-through. Oh, I added the vellum too. She suggested that. And hers, she didn't have the vellum, but it was very nice either way. Added a few more frames. What do you think? It's a pretty card. This bundle is incredible. It has stamp set, dies, and embossing folders that all coordinate. Look at that one. This one is done in Coastal Cabana? Yeah, Coastal Cabana. I always confuse Coastal and Coastal Cabana and Bermuda Bay. Very nice. We'll use the stitched rectangle dies. We'll also use the dies that coordinate, that are part of this bundle. And Friends Are Like Seashells. Great set, great words, great images. There's a stamp to color them in, so I guess it's two-step stamping. And seashells dies, rectangle stitched dies. Okay, here's a few ink pads. Pool Party Basic Gray, Blushing Bride Crumb Cake, Mint Macaron, and Coastal Cabana. And we'll use sponges and Stamparatus. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so we'll talk about the dies in a minute. Silicone sheet for when applying the glue. You'll need glue to make the frame. This is for the words. Let's start from the bottom and work up. I always try to do that, but usually end up doing something else. I get distracted by all the products in front of me. Okay, so here's the base. We're doing it on vanilla. Very vanilla. Oh, I didn't pull out my basics. That's okay. I'll need snips and glue. Okay, and so then the next layer, Frenchie Stamps, thanks for sharing. The next layer is, let's work on the gray frame, and then also I added another frame to the inside. Let's work on that one too. Here's the die. Okay, so through the stamp cut emboss machine, I'm going to run this and cut out the frame and just get it centered the best that you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Of course, we ought to try to be perfect. So run this through. So here that is ran through with a few shards. That's okay. I'll clean those up in a minute. And then we're going to run this paper, same size paper, through again using that same die so that we have a frame on the inside. So get it lined up and run this through your machine. Okay, so that, oops. That came out from here. We won't use this one. That's going to go, I've got all kinds of things going on here. That's going to go right inside here. And the vellum, we had vellum here somewhere. Here's the vellum. The vellum will go in here. And we'll go through each of these steps as we assemble it. Okay, so now we need the seashells. So I'll set this off to the side because we can't really assemble it until we have the seashells. Okay, so to do the seashells, I have my Stamparatus set up, and when you get this bundle, make sure you get it. I'll have all the links on my blog so you can get it. Oh, I don't want to use this one right now. I'm going to use that color for sponging. I like just a little support under where I'm going to be inking. So to put the dies on your Stamparatus, you can just set them in place. Pretend like I set them in place right on here. I really don't want to mess this up. Where is the stamp set? We'll just pretend. Okay, so here's the big shell. And I'm not sure if this is going to work. So you have your die, nothing is on your Stamparatus. Take your big shell piece and just lay it into place. And I have it stamped image down. And then do the same with each of these shells. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So say all 5 were perfectly in place, and it's not hard, they just kind of nest into place. Then put it wherever you want it on your Stamparatus. So I put it right up against the top. It's twisted a little bit. They're all in place. And then take your door and close the door, push kind of hard, and voila, they're all perfectly in place. Okay, so let's get these inked. So I'm using this corner here, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Right there. And I'm going to, can you see over here? I'll scooch it over just a little bit. So that's in place. Now I'm going to sponge ink on these shells. And I could stamp them, but I really like the soft image that comes out when you sponge, and then you could get multiple colors. Okay, so I'll do a little bit of Blushing Bride. And I have a Blushing Bride sponge. And I'll put it maybe the middle of this one. And just a little bit. I'm trying to allow room for the other colors to show up. If I did it all Blushing Bride, it'd probably make all the other colors muddy. So I just did little portions of each of the shells. And let's do some crumb cake. It's a good thing I could see through and have an idea where I put the ink. And I'm trying to allow room for Pool Party. Pool Party. Baby Pool Party. I'm not remembering where I put short memory. And if you don't have enough ink on it, if you missed a spot, that's okay. You could try stamping it again. I probably wouldn't because I'm not using the magnets. But you can apply a little bit additional ink after you do the texturing. You could do it before, but if you do it after, it's going to, look at my little line down here. If you apply additional ink after you texture, then the ink will just go to the high points of the embossing folder. Okay. Stamp it. Get good coverage. Okay, let's see how it turned out. Very soft, but very pretty. That's the look I'm going for. Kind of wish I had a little bit more of the Pool Party in there, but that's okay. This is just fine. And if I really didn't like it, I could flip it over. But I do like the soft look. Okay, so done with that. And each of those stamps can be used all on their own. Doesn't have to be using this die. And this die would cut them out. I think it cuts them out all together, but you could easily separate them. Okay, so I'm going to get this lined up on here, like that. Probably should have done it on the embossing plate. So I'm going to cut this out. And there it is. Is that perfect or what? And yeah, maybe this one isn't perfectly aligned on the Stamparatus, but it's okay. Once you texture it, it's great. So the next step is to texture. And here's the embossing folder. Make sure you have the logo up, and it's really easy to line up. I'm looking at these seaweed pieces, getting those lined up at the top, then looking down here for seaweed pieces, like right down here along the bottom, and it's fine. When I cut my paper, my vanilla paper, to do the stamping on, I purposely cut it a little bit smaller, because if I cut it the same size, I would have to get all those pieces perfectly hidden underneath this frame, and I would end up trimming them. So I just made it 1/4 inch smaller, and it works out beautifully. Okay, so I'm going to run this through and texture all of this. Look at that. Let me see. Can you see the texture on there? Isn't that incredible? Like, not only do the shells have texture, but this seaweed, that has texture too. It has a little line right through the center, has veins in it. Stampin' Up! Did really, really good. So at this point, if you wanted to add a color, because there's texture on here, you can kind of rub on it and the texture will go to the high points. This one I don't need too much more coloring. The first one I think maybe a little bit more color. And I have another step. Shimmery Frosty White Shimmer Paint. You could still get it. All-purpose ink. Frost White. Give it just a shake. And when you look at this one, I have shimmer paint on the shells. I also did it on the outside. I was trying to do a different label. Oh, I think I still have it here. And I didn't like how it turned out. To me, it was distracting, so I pulled it up, and I kind of made some yucky marks over here. So I shimmered them. Now they're gone. We're not going to do this one. Some other time we'll use that punch. That's a great punch. So this one is a little bit basic. So I shimmered seashells, frames, and on the inside, I shimmered just the seashells. So, kind of in the mood to shimmer everything today. So I have a dauber, and if you use your dauber and the shimmer paint, just rinse it out with water and it will stay soft and great for applying in the future. If you let it dry, the shimmer paint will dry firm and hard and kind of messes up your dauber. So this one I'm applying heavier. Oh, I should put it on my little silicone pad thing. Because then I could go over the edges. Lots of shimmer paint. And it could go on heavy, and it takes just a little bit to dry, or because there's not as much paint on here now, it's becoming less and less. So however you like it. If you like bling, like some of us do, you could put on lots. It takes just a little bit to dry. Okay, this whole thing, it's getting shimmer paint. I was ready to do this video last night, and we have family in town, and they decided to go for a walk and come on over here, which is great, but then that's not a good time to do a video. So it waited till this morning, which is just fine. That's so pretty. Doesn't it shimmer under the sea? Little Mermaid says so. Hoo-wee. So if you want shimmer paint, I think I think maybe the Frost White or both of them are on sale now. I kind of stocked up a lot. I like it. And it seems like it's cyclical. It comes and it goes and then it comes back again. Look at that. I'll keep my little dauber handy for shimmering up the inside. That's like the pearlescent, the shimmery white paper, or the new one, the pearlescent. It just shines. Oop, I see I forgot a spot. Okay, that's done at the bottom, but it's covered perfectly now. Okay, so we have this. So I could assemble the card, but because the words paper is here, let's do that. Words paper. How about I have for you and happy birthday here. I have a thank you. You are unique and completely amazing. Love you to the beach and back. Is that adorable? That's so cute. So I want something different for this card. How about I'm so happy I found you. I haven't used that one. And I will do that in basic gray to match the paper. I want the shells to shine. So if I just have this in the same color, you'll get the greeting, but your eye will be pulled toward the shells. I'm going to stamp it in the middle of the paper because I'm going to use the die to cut it out. Cut it out! Okay, that's good. So I will use this die, and this is from Stitched Rectangles 2. It's nice that they have so many sizes in there. Okay. So here it is. You see it coming together? Oh, it's kind of nice down there. I've always been putting here this one, maybe in the middle. Should I do it without the vellum? Maybe I'll try one without the vellum. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so let's start assembling. So we're going to use liquid glue. And I will put liquid glue right here on the inside of this rectangle. And not much. I'll be putting more glue on here after I get the seashells in place. And some of the seashells will slightly be covered up by the frame, but it's okay. Okay, so pretty seashells. Come on. And what's good about liquid glue is if you don't get it right where you want it, you can move it around. That's good. So little bits covered up here, little there. Now get these seaweed pieces stuck into the glue. And like I said, if it's not sticking down perfectly, when we put the frame on, it will get attached. Okay. Oh, these two frames are the same. One for the inside and outside. Okay, so for the next frame, maybe I'll do it on the back of this one. I definitely want it on the outside edge and some on the inside. I guess I could move the seashell paper and do it on the silicone mat like I should. Okay, looking good. So pick this up, and it's just going to cover up the same cutout. And if you can, get it to line up. Like when I'm looking at these two sides, this one is just a very small, probably a 1/16 of an inch. This is smaller than this side, so I'll put it on. And if a little bit of the frame shows through, that's okay. Look at that. Doesn't it look all professional? You know there's designer paper that goes with this product suite too. It's so pretty. I have more plans for that. And it's not going away. This is going to be in the next annual catalog, which is coming out May 4th. Woohoo! Okay, how's that look? I'm going to give it just a minute to dry. So for the words, I did like them here at the bottom. What about in the middle? Maybe some in the middle. Covers up the shells though. Oh, what about there? But you know, it's kind of getting lost. So I'm going to use that die. And on my inside paper, the one that I cut right from here, this one here, because this is just extra, I'm going to cut another one of this shape. I'll put it right here below it. How about like that? Okay, I'll attach them. Oops, I did a whoops on that. Flip it over. Guess I could have used regular adhesive. Okay, let that dry. So I think that the frame, let's see, how does it look? It's really pretty without the vellum. It's really pretty no matter what. So this paper that was cut out from here, what if we put that on the inside? I'll use my regular adhesive for that. That will be centered. And I need a piece of vanilla for here. Now remember, see how there's this hole, the vanilla? I have another vanilla piece. I'm going to cut it out using a smaller rectangular die. This is the one that came from right here. And I won't attach it till I stamp on it. So, what should I put on this one? Well, you know what? Let's finish up the top first. So if this will go here, and it will be decorated, that will go there. I don't know, the vellum is kind of nice on there, huh? I think I'm going to put the vellum on. So to do the vellum, I need one more frame. Here's a frame. So to do the vellum, you would think, just put adhesive around here and stick it on. When I did that, the vellum started to curl and it caused a little bit of grief. So what I suggest is take your liquid glue, put it on the inside edge, actually I guess we could do the whole frame, definitely the inside edge, and a little bit around that middle to outside. And then I'm also going to put liquid glue on this frame, which side is up? This little stitch is pointing down, so I'm going to put, this side is rougher. I'm going to put adhesive glue, particularly on the outside edge, and then I'll do a little bit in the middle. So because the vellum is not getting wet from the liquid glue, it's not going to have a chance to curl up. I'm going to sandwich it really fast. And everything is going to stick perfectly. The first one, it was curling up a lot. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not working. Oh, have you ever used an embossing folder on vellum? It kind of crunches as it goes through, and it makes it different tones of white. It's kind of fun. Okay, so I have glue on the card base and also on the frame. So it doesn't matter which one we put it on. It's just going to get sandwiched and not have a chance, oh, I don't have glue here, to curl if I go quick enough. Okay, and if it curls, you could just hold it, press it down for a bit, and it will start behaving. And there it is. Good thing about glue, you could kind of smush it, push it either way. And let's just get a good stick. Look how flat. That's an easier way. You don't have to struggle with it. And I'm just giving the glue a chance for to absorb into the paper, so it'll take a hold. But it's looking good. Okay. Kind of don't like that border at the top, but that's okay. I might try kind of fixing my fold in a bit. But still, it's a very beautiful card. Striking, beautiful, elegant. Okay, so for these words, I was thinking maybe, see, that's so pretty. Oh, how about right down here? Kind of like that. Kind of like the middle. I like it all. I think I just like the bundle. So liquid glue again. You could use your regular tape too. Just because my liquid glue is handy. This is a card of liquid glue today. And that can go right here. Kind of covering up some of the shells, but they still shine. They're still beautiful. Okay. What do you think? It's pretty, isn't it? So I'll let that dry, and now I'm going to work on the inside. So I don't need this for now. So for the inside, I'm so happy I found you. How about, I had one picked out. Friends are like seashells. You collect them along the way. Oh, that's cute. I'm so happy I found you. Collect them along the way. That will be the one right about here. And then maybe a few seashells down here. So I think I'm going to do this in the basic gray. I'm trying to keep with the monochromatic so that the seashells, they shine and they're the hit of the party. And I should use a foam pad because I'm using polymer. Wonder how this will work. Looks good. Okay, basic gray. Probably should test this. I haven't used a stamp set. Ooh, that's nice. Oh, it's a little crooked. Darn it. Do I dare? I can't trim it. Okay, you're probably like, what are you doing? I'm going to put seashells down there. And I'm hoping that they'll cover it. Okay, I'm going to get all on top of this. Okay, that one should be straight. Much better. Well, now I really have to do seashells. Okay, so seashells, there are dies to cut out. These pieces are not on my Stamparatus, so I have them stamped and I could cut them out. I'll probably need more than I planned. But you know, when I cut it out, look how big of a border. I kind of don't like that. So these I cut out by hand. I kind of like that a little better. So instead of using the dies, you're welcome to use the dies, I'm going to hand cut them. And it doesn't take long. It's not like it's super intricate. And there's dies for the seaweed, there's dies for everything. And then to get a little more color on these seashells and sand dollar, I will use sponges. I think on one of these I sponged the starfish. That's a shell, isn't it? I guess it's a fish. Okay, let me find the one. I think it was this one. Okay, so I stamped it in crumb cake, and then I sponged it with Blushing Bride. So I'm going to put just a hint of color on these three. Let me see if they're going to fit or if I need to cut out another one. Yeah, we're going to be doing the collage thing here. I need more. How about another, I like the starfish. Ooh, getting close. Yeah, but they say don't do it in even numbers. So I'll cut out this one and maybe one more of these. See, there's a way to fix everything. That's why we have such a good hobby. Oh, and then I could shimmer these up. So on the inside of all the other cards, I did seaweed. This time I might try not doing seaweed. So, but I really like the seaweed stamps. But I'll do just sand and shells, seashells, starfish, sand dollars. And at the top of this one, I did just a little bit of sponging in Pool Party, but Pool Party on very vanilla paper kind of picks up a green hue, but that's okay. Oceans have green rather than the blue of Pool Party. Okay, so these are done. So now I need to make them a little fancy. So, what colors? Because these are Blushing Bride, maybe a little crumb cake. Okay, and Blushing Bride on the starfish. Maybe the other one could be crumb cake. Just a hint of color without bending it. And Pool Party, gosh, I'd love to get just a center. Don't think I could do that, but I'll try. Ooh, that's pretty. Kind of like it. Maybe a little bit more color. Okay, and then there was one Okay, this one's going to get pool party on the edges. Oh, I can't wait to see all of yours. I'm sure you'll be so creative. Okay, my ocean is complete. Now a little bit of sand, and then I'll attach my seashells. So the sand is, which one is straighter? Boy, both of them are crooked. Don't stamp crooked. Don't do what I did. Do it right. Okay, so I'll put sand down here. And with the sand, it's good to do, ink it once and then stamp 4 or 5 times, because then you get the different levels of color and it makes it a little bit more 3D like. Okay, assembly time. Should I, I'll probably shimmer these now. Boy, you could really tell the sponging color differences. Frost white, no ink in the top, ink in the top, and a bubble. I'll take the bubble. Okay. These might want to be real shimmery. One of the cards I did no shimmer on it. Some of these deserve lots of, I have so much shimmer on it you can hardly see the shell. Had lots of ink on that dauber. I'm loving my silicone mat. So, those of you who watch my videos regularly, thank you, thank you, thank you. Those of you who haven't, welcome, thank you for tuning in. Next month, each year I try to do Manly May, because the rest of the year we kind of do stuff that we like flowers. But coming in June are graduations and Father's Day, and it's a good time to do a little something to build up our manly supply. So it won't be 100% Manly May. It'll be 90% Manly May. I wonder, because I have so much on here, I'll put just a shimmer down at the bottom. Whew, I like that. Kind of want to shimmer the whole thing. And there's a whole bunch of new product. I think I could show the cover. So in the mini catalog is a manly set with this guy doing a lawnmower. That's my guys. They do lawnmowers. So I want to do something with that. And there's a new set. Hold on, they're all right here. Look how pretty this is, etched in nature. This can be manly. Somehow maybe collage something. Very nice. This one, haven't used it yet. Beautiful detail in it. Enjoy the moment. Something with this manly, and it can maybe go girly too. But great words. Something with this. This is in the mini catalog that doesn't expire till June. Want to do something with this. Lawnmower Man. You make the world look better and the grass look greener. Very cute. But all kinds of ideas. Don't know what's going to happen. But if you're needing manly cards, we'll take care of it. Okay, so this is looking good. Other than getting shimmer up there, I'll take my sand eraser. If you don't have one of these, and it doesn't have to be this brand, sand eraser, It's kind of like sandpaper in a stick, and it will take off the first layer of your paper if you keep using it, but it takes off the first layer of whoops too, such as ink, like a little light ink smudge. It'll take that off, and it took off the shimmer paint. Good thing to have. I think it was Jennifer, she used her nail file. Same type of thing, just kind of rubbed on it. Worked just fine. Okay, back to this card. Boy, I got sidetracked. So, first we'll go this vanilla paper for the inside. I hope you guys like this as much as I do. The coordination of product is amazing. You couldn't ask for more. There's designer paper, there's stem sets, dies, embossing folders, everything. Okay, that looks good there. And these are going to go on here. I had them arranged. Not quite sure how it should go. I know I want the sand dollar to cover up my whoops. There, that's covering lots of whoops. I like the shimmery sand at the bottom. It's kind of nice when it drifts down into the border, because then you can really see that sand dollar. Okay, liquid glue. This is too small to put adhesive on. So maybe here. This one can go up here. And you notice how quickly that shimmer paint dried? Okay, just like that. So I guess we know where the next shell is going. Right there. Hopefully it will cover everything up. Uh-oh, it doesn't. Okay, sand dollar. Ooh, close. That's good. Hope I got glue right there from the tape runner. Okay. Oh, it's bugging me that I could kind of see the writing through there. Oh, there, that fixed it. Okay, now it's okay. Now I'm proud of it. I got a chocolate, and it said, do it till you're proud of it. I'm proud of it now. What do you think? Isn't that beautiful? This, I'm going to fold it down just a little bit further. But I could kind of see through it. I love the iridescence, the soft coloring. Okay, well that's it for today. I will put all the paper cut sizes on my blog, which is JilliBling.com, and also all the products used on my blog, JilliBling.com. And if you click on any of them, it'll take you to my store. Okay, I hope you have a great day. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, bye.